Okay, in this video I'm going to do a simple improvement to some loose pages that have been poorly stuck into the book by me some months ago as I was first starting out in book restoration. And to do this I'm going to be using this paper here that I've pre-folded. Please check the video description. I've done a short video on the type of paper to choose and also how to do these folds using steam so that you don't actually weaken the paper as you do it. Additionally, I'll be using elementary school glue. I'm also going to be using this to protect the repair to stop the pages sticking together. And in terms of cutting the pages, my recommendation would be use the longest possible scissors you can, but the longest blade, and that will give you the most even cut. Or even better, use a guillotine. Now these things obviously can be really dangerous in the wrong hands, so don't go near a guillotine unless you're comfortable using it. Stick with the scissors, and certainly not if you've got kids around, because those things can be dangerous here. So this book came to me just as a bunch of pages, a text block. It had no covers. It dates from 1606, and as you can see, it's had a hard life. This front page was detached. There's a lot of heavy staining that it's picked up over the years. So this book really could do with some love and attention. This was one of the earliest attempts at book restoration I did, and the outer covers have worked out pretty well. But I made a few sort of simple mistakes when it came to sticking in this end paper and this loose title page. The first thing was, you can see there's a bit of glue that's kind of shown through there. That's a little bit ugly. There's this tear in the end paper here. The actual piece of paper that I used to stick the page in is actually a little bit too long. But probably the most critical thing is I got the tension wrong. This piece should have been set further back, and as a result it just doesn't do the job quite right. So the message I want to convey here is it's perfectly okay to experiment and make some mistakes, provided you know it's okay then just to go back and fix them, and that's what we're going to do here in this video. So I'm going to start by cutting this repair and sticking in the new piece. It always takes a little bit of bravery to take a pair of scissors to a very old book. Now, my recommendation with gluing is use a little bit less than you think you need, and then make sure that the paper is covered very evenly. If you don't have quite enough glue, it's always very easy to go back and add a little bit later. But if you've slathered it with glue, that becomes more problematic and difficult to resolve. So in this case, I'm going to get a little bit on the table. Don't really care too much about that. There we go. So I'm getting a nice even spread here. There we go. I'm going all the way up to the edges. Okay, that'll do. Now I found the easiest way to actually put this now rather sticky piece of paper into the book in the right place is to actually put a long stick along it. Obviously the sticky side is out. And what we're going to do is open it, and then it becomes a little bit easier just to locate the paper in the right place and ease it all the way back like so. So we're avoiding that tension problem that we had before. Yep, there you go. And then just stick the page into place there. And on the bottom here, just use the stick. That way you get it really quite evenly in place. As I say, if there isn't glue all over, that's actually okay at this stage. It's better to underdo it than overdo it. And then what I'm going to do is grab a piece off camera. I'm going to grab a piece of this cling film that I had. And I'm going to put the cling film in the repair here. And then you can see that came off, not a problem. And the reason I'm doing that is if there's too much glue that's going to stray and start sticking these pages together, which will cause a rip that I don't want, I've got this plastic in place that will stop that. Then what I can do is close the book, place heavy weights here, and that'll give me a glued page. Okay, so this has been here now for half an hour or so. I just had a heavy weight on it. I did both pages and left it with a heavy weight. So I'm going to peel off this plastic. Now this plastic does have one drawback, which is it's plastic, so it's not absorbent. So you can still see the wet, it still feels a little wet here, and you can see it's just a little bit blotchy. So what I'm going to do is put a sheet of kitchen towel in there, and that'll help the glue to really dry out. And same thing here, peel off the plastic. So you can see we've achieved what we wanted to. That ugly tear's gone. The pages turn now much more evenly, and you know that this will fade as the glue itself dries. So there we go. There we are. Okay, so just to wrap things up, I left this a little while longer. It's just about faded out now, and it's not quite perfect, but it'll continue to dry a little bit further. But there you go.